Right, Brian, in your third observation of the seven is you question agencies whether they are actually being too loyal. Could you outline that point for us?
Yes, there's a bit of a contradiction really here, because what I'm about to advocate is that you perhaps look for new people at the same time as you're going through this horrible process of maybe letting people go. First thing to say is that all agencies are built on talent. You know, the more talent you have in the agency, the better the agency is. So the big agencies really are big because they have more better people. Now, within your agency, you're going to have, if you're a 10-person agency, you probably have 4 or 5 people who are really key to the business. You have to look after those people beyond and above everything. So if it means letting go of perhaps a loyal, faithful servant in order to make sure that the talent is there, then you've got to look after the talent. Now, the one thing you can be sure of is that the bigger agencies are eyeing your talent. They're looking at it. In a recession, even though their turnover might be going, they're still big enough to be able to put new people in, and they'll be looking to strengthen their team. So they will have envious eyes on anyone in your agency who is any good. So you've got to look after that. In order to look after that talent, perhaps you're going to not have to be as loyal as you wanted to be to some other people. Ultimately, if you downsize the agency, it's an absolute tragedy to downsize the talent, because in this day and age you can outsource such an enormous amount of stuff. Anything to do with the studio is obviously outsourcing, media is outsourcing, research. So really what you want to do is be loyal to the brains in the agency, not loyal for loyalty's sake.
What do you think the key is, Brian, to identifying the most important and the most talented people in an agency is?
Well, now you open up a whole new different piece of territory really. An agency has to have a vision, it has to have an idea of what it is and what it does, and in a recession like we're going through at the moment, what the clients are interested in is a return on investment. Not only a return on investment in terms that they want to know that every pound that they've got is going to generate whatever, £5 in sales, but they're also looking for a return on investment from the agency. So in other words, you've got, you know, they're looking for more value from the agency. So you have got to have a very clear idea about what your point of difference is. How can you make a difference to clients? And in this day and age, it really isn't enough just to say we're creative. You've got to be able to demonstrate that you can actually put sales on their bottom line. So you have to make sure that the agency that you've got matches the vision that you want it to have, has a USP, a position in the marketplace that is relevant, and then ipso facto the only way you can deliver that is by having the right people, and they're the people you should be loyal to. So if you are, and it's not a good place to be at the moment, an automotive agency, then you better make sure that you have kept and retained the best automotive people you can have, people who can make a difference. And anybody else who's on the fringes, perhaps you need to take a hard look at and decide whether you can get their income or get that input from somewhere else.